Music. Have you ever seen a girl tonight striding in a ball gown tomorrow morning, wearing armor to kick a penalty for a rugby team, and in the afternoon sinking a three-pointer on the court? That's Sophie Cunningham, the girl who might post scorching bikini photos today. Wake up at 5 o'clock a.m. tomorrow for gym, ready to crush anyone who touches her teammates without asking for permission. Scandal with Sophie, just sold out jerseys. An opportunity to sign more endorsement deals with a confident smile that makes the entire WNBA mention her name. She lives authentically, plays fiercely, is both strong and feminine, earns good money, and keeps a free heart that bows to no scandal. Are you ready? Let's explore the surprising life of Sophie Cunningham, where all limits are broken right now. The steely childhood of a legend. At just 6 years old, a little girl was so persistent she earned a legitimate Taekwondo black belt, the kind even adults sweat to achieve, while her peers were still fumbling with their first bicycles. That little girl used her tiny hands to break wooden boards, her eyes shining with the belief that nothing could stop her. That's Sophie Cunningham, who entered the world of sports not to try, but to win. But what's even more remarkable than her martial arts training sessions, or her first rugby field goal at Rockbridge High, which made her the first female student to score for the school team, is the home where Sophie grew up, where every dinner was about strategy, discipline, and an unyielding spirit. Columbia, Missouri wasn't the birthplace of an Instagram princess, but the forge that shaped a martial artist, a warrior, an athlete with the DNA of resilience. Born on August 16, 1996, Sophie is the daughter of Jim and Paula Cunningham, who made sports the family's lifeblood. Her father played football at the University of Missouri, and her mother was a javelin thrower, while her older sister, Lindsay Cunningham, also left her mark at Missouri State as a basketball star. Her maternal grandmother played basketball and softball, her grandfather and uncle both played football, and her aunts and uncles impressed with their high school basketball games. The Cunningham family tree is nothing short of a list of prestigious college athletes, and Sophie grew up with 101 basketball games with her sister to the point of elbows to the face. Blood and tears only to jump back in 5 minutes later. For Sophie, bumps, blood, and pain weren't unusual. They were ways to grow. From a young age, Sophie displayed incredible toughness and resilience. Besides her Taekwondo black belt, she also played volleyball and notably football, a sport predominantly dominated by men. In 2014, when Rockbridge High's starting kicker was injured, Sophie didn't hesitate to fill that position on the football team, successfully kicking a field goal during the playoff season. That evening, when she stepped onto the stage in a stunning gown as a homecoming queen candidate, then quickly changed into her football pads to score in front of a cheering crowd. It wasn't a PR stunt. It was a boldness and determination no one could imitate. But it was in her Columbia home that Sophie was taught how to restrain herself, stay calm, control herself under pressure, and only counterattack when truly necessary. Every morning, while many were still curled up in warm blankets, Sophie was already at the gym performing martial arts exercises combined with strength training to hone her reflexes and endurance. That lifestyle was shaped by her family, where her parents didn't raise a child athlete to show off, but trained a child who knew how to fight, how to stay calm when facing challenges, and understood that second place means nothing. Sophie quickly learned that to be good at anything, you have to get used to bumps, pain, and knowing that someone always wants to defeat you. Her family foundation not only gave her a resilient body, but also forged an unshakable will under pressure, so that when Sophie entered the world of basketball, she was ready to fight and protect her teammates. Ready to be a guardian on the court, just as she had been for herself throughout her growth journey. And perhaps you'll understand why. As she grew up, Sophie Cunningham isn't just known for her beautiful beach photos on Instagram or fashion shoots, but also for being the one who broke wooden boards as a child, the one who dared to step onto the football field to kick a penalty among large players, and the one who, from a sports-loving town, reached the pinnacle of the WNBA with her own hands and indomitable spirit. The journey to flourishing. If her childhood in Columbia forged Sophie Cunningham's iron will, then her years of competing transformed her into a true warrior, steadily etching her name into the history of American women's basketball with her steadfastness, impressive statistics, and uncompromising playing style. Everything began when Sophie entered Rockbridge High, where she was not just a normal student, but became a symbol of a winning spirit, leading the girls' basketball team to consecutive MHSAA state championships, and becoming the school's all-leading scorer. She quickly showed her versatility, not only playing basketball, but also football, successfully making field goals in the playoff season, something no other Rockbridge female student had ever done before. 2015 marked a significant turning point when Sophie became a McDonald's All-American, ranked by ESPN and Blue Star as one of the nation's top prospects, and was honored as the Gatorade Player of the Year in Missouri. Her reputation and persistence led her to the University of Missouri, where Sophie truly erupted. Throughout her 4 seasons with the Missouri Tigers from 2015 to 2019, Sophie played in 129 games, averaging 17, 0 points, 5, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. accumulating a total of 287 points, 537 successful free throws with a nearly 80% accuracy rate, officially becoming the highest scorer in Missouri women's basketball program history. She was selected to the All-S team 3 times 2017-2019, honored as the SEC Freshman of the Year in 2016, made the top 15 candidates for the John R. Wooden Award in 2019, becoming a model of a well-rounded athlete both academically and athletically. On WNBA Draft Night in 2019, the Phoenix Mercury selected Sophie 13th overall, making her the highest drafted player in University of Missouri history at that time. In her rookie season in 2019, Sophie played 32 games, averaging 3.1 points with an 88.2% free throw percentage, the highest among rookies that season. In 2020, she continued to develop, averaging 5.0 points over 21 games, and the 2021 season saw a significant leap as Sophie helped the Mercury reach the WNBA Finals, contributing an average of 5.6 points over 30 games, playing resiliently in crucial minutes of the playoff series, proving her mettle in the elite environment. The 2022 season marked a clear transformation as Sophie became a key player for the Mercury, playing 28 games with an average of 12.6 points per game, setting a WNBA record with 17 consecutive games with at least 2 successful three-pointers, demonstrating consistent scoring ability and the capacity to play with high intensity for nearly 30 minutes per game. In 2023, she continued to maintain her form with an average of 11.3 points over 31 games, playing 29 minutes per game, confirming her stability during a period when the Mercury faced many roster changes. In the 2024 season, Sophie played 40 games with an average of 8.4 points, remaining a reliable choice due to her effective defense and long-range shooting. In early 2025, Sophie moved to the Indiana Fever in a 4-team trade on January 31, 2025, opening a colorful new chapter as she was dubbed the protector of Caitlin Clark, the young star who was shaking up the WNBA in her very first year with the Fever. Sophie helped the team win the 2025 Commissioner's Cup, becoming a spiritual anchor, bringing a strong, fearless playing style, unafraid of contact to protect her teammates. The event on June 17, 2025, when Sophie pushed JCS Sheldon down after Clark was poked in the eye, became a defining moment for her bodyguard image on the court, attracting widespread media attention, helping Sophie increase her followers and jersey sales, and turning a controversial play into an inseparable part of her personal brand. In parallel with the WNBA, Sophie also played internationally to develop herself, having played in Australia, Melbourne Boomers in 2019, 2020, and in France, Basketlandies in 2021, enjoying cultural experiences and honing her playing skills. These experiences contributed to shaping her diverse playing style, confident spirit, and readiness to face any challenge that Sophie brings to every WNBA game. If numbers can tell a story, then Sophie Cunningham's story is one of resilience measured by every game, every shot, every tireless minute played, and every time she got back up after being knocked down. From her early days on the Rockbridge court to the 2019 WNBA Draft Night to her breakout seasons with the Phoenix Mercury, to the moment she became the protector for the Indiana Money Fever, Sophie's career journey not only affirmed her talent, but also proved one thing: no glory comes easily, and every step forward is paid for with discipline, perseverance, and a spirit that never surrenders to any limits, wealth, and shrewd deals. Sophie Cunningham isn't just a WNBA star with ice-cold three-pointers. Behind every explosive play, she skillfully transforms every minute on the court into valuable contracts, quietly building a solid financial foundation within a league not typically known for high salaries for female players. Sophie began her financial journey by signing a 4-year rookie contract worth $189,520 with the Phoenix Mercury on May 1, 2019, with an initial salary of $42,570 for the first protector image, which exploded after the incident with JCS Sheldon into a lucrative promotional opportunity. In June 2025, she signed an endorsement deal with Ring, the security camera brand, turning the slogan "Home Protection" into a widely broadcast message, posting promotional videos on Instagram with hundreds of thousands of views. She also partnered with Yates Buick GMC, participating in test drive videos for the GMC Hummer EV, becoming a representative in their media campaigns. These deals not only brought significant income, but also helped Sophie build a strong, independent, and relatable image with fans, enhancing her personal brand value amidst the WNBA's media boom and attracting a large number of new followers. Notably, Sophie also leverages her fame to host the Sophie Cunningham Classic with Commerce Bank, creating a platform for young athletes while promoting financial literacy and health programs for the community, turning her popularity into a tool for social impact and maintaining a deep connection with the next generation. Balancing top-level competition, personal brand building, and community engagement shows that Sophie is not just a player, but also an entrepreneur who knows how to transform popularity into sustainable value. Within a league where average salaries are still limited, Sophie Cunningham has proven that a female athlete can absolutely achieve financial independence if she is patient, disciplined, and seizes every opportunity to increase her own value. Every ice-cold three-pointer, every fierce contest for the ball, every time she got up after being knocked down on the court, are the bricks that built Sophie's solid financial foundation. Houses and dreams. People often think of athletes' wealth in terms of lavish mansions, infinity pools, or sparkling city views. But for Sophie Cunningham, the story of real estate takes a different form. Practical, understated, and intrinsically linked to how she houses and dreams built her career and life. Unlike many NBA stars or other wealthy peers, Sophie isn't in a hurry to show off multi-million-dollar properties or penthouses in the city center, because from the very beginning of her career, she understood that true success isn't measured by glamorous photos, but by the real value she leaves behind. While real estate, there's no specific information about expensive villas or luxurious apartments owned by Sophie Cunningham. Every step she takes is carefully calculated to maintain long-term financial stability and security. Sophie prioritizes using her WNBA salaries, endorsement deals, and international playing income to cover essential needs, invest in health, physical recovery, nutrition, and career development expenses, rather than pouring money into unnecessary ostentatious spending. Sophie's real home, if understood differently, is Columbia, Missouri, where her family still lives, where she returns during every mid-season break, where evenings around the dinner table are still filled with laughter and stories of basketball, where she can step onto the practice court in front of her house and reminisce about the days she played with her sister Lindsay, bumping knees until they bled, then getting up laughing and playing on. For Sophie, the value of a home isn't in its market value or expensive geographical location, but in the feeling of peace, the spiritual foundation that helps her step onto the court with a steady demeanor, ready to face any challenge. Sophie's appearances at community real estate events, such as participating in fundraisers for youth programs, collaborating with Commerce Bank on the Sophie Cunningham Classic, or supporting Ronald McDonald House events, all demonstrate how she cares more about community spaces than owning expensive assets for herself. The properties Sophie builds are trust, connection, and spaces where young athletes can nurture their dreams, be resilient, and never give up, just like she did growing up. While many athletes view real estate as a measure of status, Sophie Cunningham chooses to maintain flexibility. Ready to move between cities, to play travel to Australia and France, to train and earn additional income, and willing to focus her finances on long-term goals rather than chasing a luxurious image. She knows that a professional athlete's life doesn't last forever, and it's her humility and financial wisdom, including in real estate, that will help her maintain the freedom to choose her life when she leaves the court. Speed and the spirit of freedom. When people think of sports stars, they often imagine luxurious car collections, high-speed supercars, unique license plates, and boastful social media posts. But for Sophie Cunningham, who is used to waking up at 5 o'clock a.m. to hit the gym while the city still sleeps, things are different. Her car story isn't about ostentation, but is part of her personality. Practical, strong, determined, and always ready to break through when necessary. Just like how she charges for the ball to protect her teammates. There's no information about a multi-million-dollar car collection owned by Sophie Cunningham. No Lamborghinis or Ferraris appearing in her Instagram stories. But Sophie has learned how to turn cars into tools to connect her brand and lifestyle. She has partnered with Yates Buick GMC Test, driving the GMC Hummer EV in promotional campaigns, sharing driving experience videos on social media, attracting hundreds of thousands of views. The image of Sophie behind the wheel of a Hummer EV isn't to show off speed or glamour, but to embody the spirit of a female athlete who isn't afraid to conquer new roads, while also encouraging a lifestyle connected to green energy, a value increasingly chosen by professional athletes. The car Sophie Cunningham chooses to drive is much like her playing style: stable, durable, powerful, yet efficient, ready to tackle rough roads to get to the gym, ready to accelerate when needed, and stop at the right moment to observe. Her participation in test drive campaigns isn't just about driving for fun, but also skillfully builds her image as an active athlete who cares about technology and sustainable development while opening up opportunities for brand partnerships to increase her income off the court. A smart financial and image strategy. Sophie's mode of transportation also reflects her life philosophy. No need for ostentation, just enough reliability to accompany long journeys, rigorous training days, content, video shoots, or leaving the airport after international tours. Because Sophie understands clearly that she needs a car for work to carry training equipment, travel bags, and to get from the airport to the hotel before big games, rather than a car just to display in the garage. In an era where athletes use cars as a statement, Sophie Cunningham chooses to turn cars into tools that accompany her, serve her work, and skillfully leverage them to increase income and build her personal brand. A free and colorful life. If on a free and colorful life, the court, Sophie Cunningham is a protector who isn't afraid of contact to defend her teammates. Then off the court, she is a free, authentic, and colorful version of herself, presenting fans with an image of an athlete who is both strong and approachable, fierce, yet knows how to enjoy every moment of life. In the world of sports, where every detail of personal life can nicely become sensational news, Sophie chooses to keep the most important parts to herself and shares what she deems necessary with a humor and straightforwardness that fans adore. Sophie's daily life consists of early mornings, heading to the gym when the city is still hazy, afternoons filming videos for fans about gym workouts, healthy fashion, photo shoots, stories with bright smiles on the beach, or clumsy dancing with friends. On Instagram, Sophie has nearly 150,000 followers where she posts all kinds of everyday,